Hello everyone, Nikita here. In this presentation, I am going to discuss about organometallic compounds in organic synthesis. This presentation will cover organozinc compounds, their introduction, how we can prepare the organozinc compound, and their applicability for different synthesis. Organozinc compounds comes into the organometallic compounds. The compounds which contain carbon to zinc chemical bond are known as organozinc compounds. These compounds can be classified in three different categories on the basis of how many carbon substituents are present on the zinc. So first category is diorganic zinc or dialkyl zinc compounds, where R can be any alkyl, alkenyl, allylic, vinyl or any type of carbon which can be sp3 hybridized, sp2 hybridized or sp hybridized carbon. The second category is alkyl zinc halide or aryl zinc halides. This is known as heterolaptic, where X represents the electronegative atom. It can be any halide like chloride, bromide, iodide, etc. The third category is ionic organozinc compound. They are known as organozincates, where zinc is further attached with any electropositive metal. The metal can be lithium, magnesium, and R3 represents the alkyl or any aryl groups. The organozinc compounds are quite stable due to filled electronic configuration of zinc. They are mild reactive, not so much reactive like organolithiums or Grignard reagent, but because of the high covalent nature of bond between carbon and zinc. But they provide a good amount of selectivity and especially used to synthesize the polyfunctionalized compound, and it provides a very good route to synthesize the enantiomer distereoselective compounds in organic in asymmetric synthesis. Now coming to the preparation part, organozinc compounds can be synthesized by three different methods. First is oxidative addition method, where the zinc metal is used to react with the alkyl iodides and it provides the organozinc compounds. In the first reaction, zinc metal is treated with the alkyl iodide, which provides the alkyl zinc iodide complex. So zinc is converting from the 0 oxidation state to the +1 oxidation state here. So it is known as the oxidative addition method. Further, alkyl zinc iodide can couple with itself and provides a dialkyl zinc and zinc iodide. But for this reaction, zinc should be activated. It can be activated with alkali metal like lithium, sodium, or we can use different other elements like copper can be used to activate the zinc. One form of zinc is known as Reike zinc, in which zinc chloride is reacted with the potassium and it provides the zinc. Zinc is an activated form and potassium chloride as a byproduct. So that zinc activated zinc from the which is known as Reike zinc is used for the Negishi coupling reaction especially. The other method is known as metal-metal exchange method, which is also known as the transmetallation method. Here, different organometallic compounds can react with the zinc halides to provide the different organozinc compounds. Like zinc halide react with the organolithium compound to provide the alkyl zinc halide. Further, this alkyl zinc halide can react with the organolithium compounds to provide the dialkyl zinc compound, and further the organolithium compounds react with this dialkyl zinc to provide the organozincate. Organolithium compounds are supplying the organic part to the zinc metal. So we can say the metal exchange reaction is taking place between the alkyl group and we are getting the organozinc compounds. In similar manner, like organolithium compounds react with the zinc halides, Grignard reagent, alkyl magnesium halides can react to provide the organozincates from the zinc halides. Similarly, when trialkyl aluminium reacts with the zinc chloride, it also provides the dialkyl zinc as a main product. And mercury based complex can be also used to prepare the organozinc compounds. Now, the third reaction is functional group exchange or ligand exchange, by which we can also exchange some ligands in the compound to prepare the different organozinc compound. For this reaction, mainly two type of reaction is used. First is catalyzed by the copper iodide catalyst, in which alkyl iodide is treated with the diethyl zinc in copper iodide catalyst, and it provides the dialkyl zinc complex. In the other method, first alkene is treated with the diethyl borane, so it provides the hydroboration reaction. So it will form this complex where it will give this complex, and it is BeT2. So this will further treated with the diethyl zinc and will provide the dialkyl zinc complex. So by all these reactions, we can synthesize the different type of organozinc compound, and we can use them in different applications. Here I have also shown some structures for the organozinc compound, like this is diisopropyl zinc, this is the diethyl zinc, and this is a cyclopentadienyl based zinc complex. Now coming to the chemical reactions of the organozinc compound, first reaction is protonation. Protonation is a acid base reaction where the zinc catalyst act as a base and it abstracts the proton from the compounds which contains the acidic proton. So when dialkyl zincs react with the compound which contains the acidic proton, so it can be donated by H plus, and it can abstract this by behaving as a base. So it will form the alkyl zinc and hydroxide or any counterpart which is present, and will provide the hydrocarbons. This species can be isolated in many cases. Suppose we are using the water, so we can isolate the alkyl zinc hydroxide here, which can further treat with the water to provide the zinc hydroxide and hydrocarbons. This acidic proton containing species can be acids, amines, acetylenes, phenol, etc. So it is useful to prepare the hydrocarbon. In the next reaction, we will see how the organozinc compounds are capable to react with the alkenes or alkynes. Though simple organozinc compounds like dialkyl zinc or diethyl zinc are not so reactive towards the alkenes or alkynes, but allylic zinc compounds can react with the C double bond C moieties. So here we have taken the allylic zinc complex which is reacting towards the ethene and forming a cyclic transition state like this. So this cyclic transition state will convert into a product where the new bond is forming between the gamma carbon and the olefinic carbon. See, with respect to zinc, this will shows the alpha carbon, beta and gamma carbon. So here this gamma carbon is attached with the olefinic carbon and providing this species. Now coming to the next reaction, where the zinc or allylic zinc compound reacts with the styrene. It can give the linear product or it can give the branch product depending on the transition state formation, and it will depend on this alkyl group. If it is an alkyl group like tertiary butyl group, then the linear and branch product will form in equimolar ratios. But if this R group is replaced by the chlorine, then the branch product will be the major product. In similar manner, though alkynes cannot react with the dialkyl zinc, but if there is some other additives are present, then these reactions can be possible. Here we have taken the internal alkyne which is reacting with the diethyl zinc in presence of zirconocene iodide. So instead of metallation, here the addition reaction will take place and diethyl zinc will supply ethyl, and further on iodination we will get ethyl and iodide which are attached in syn manner to the alkynes. Further, olefin can react with the organozinc species and can provide the cyclopropane derivatives. This reaction is known as Simmons-Smith reaction. So, when diiodomethane reacts with the zinc copper couple, it gives the iodomethyl zinc iodide, which is the active species, and it is known as Simmons-Smith reagent. This reacts with the alkene moieties and provides the cyclopropane derivative. Here we can see this is a olefinic moiety and this is a Simmons-Smith reagent. They couple with each other. So what happens? This CH2 is forming the cyclic transition state and providing the cyclopropane derivative. Zinc iodide will eliminate from here. This involves a zinc carbenoid species and it forms a cyclopropane, and this is a chelotropic reaction because it is a pericyclic type of reaction which provides the stereospecific product where the retention will be maintained as it is in olefins starting reacting material. This is also known as a cyclopropanation reaction, which is very useful to provide the cyclopropane derivative from the olefin reacting with the diiodomethane in presence of zinc as an active metal. Here we have taken one more example where the cyclohexenes react with the diiodomethane in presence of zinc copper couple. So it will provide the Simmons-Smith reagent, that is iodomethyl zinc iodide, that will couple with the cyclohexene in this manner. So what will happen? This is chelotropic reaction because the new bond which is forming, which is the two new bond are forming with a similar carbon atom. So it will form the bond like here. This will supplies to here. So the zinc iodide will be eliminated and this cyclopropane derivative will be obtained. We will see some applications for the Simmons-Smith reagents. If any hydroxy moiety or hydroxy group is present in proximity to the olefinic, or in molecule if OH group is present, then the Simmons-Smith reagent will react in this manner that they will provide a syn bond to the hydroxy group. So we can say here OH group is present at the away from the viewer in this compound. When Simmons-Smith reagent will come, it will provide the cyclopropane derivative, though it always tries to form a bond which is sterically favored. That means it will be it should be sterically approachable. But due to presence of OH group, their zinc will form a chelation with the OH moiety. So it will provide the bond which is similar to the OH side. So here OH is present at dash side. So cyclopropane derivative will also form at dash side. One more example we have taken here. This is the ephedrine and this is the pseudoephedrine. What is the difference between these two moiety? Here the nitrogen is present at the dash position with respect to OH, while here nitrogen is similarly presented with respect to the OH. So when they both react with the Simmons-Smith reagent, they provide the similar product because of the interaction with the OH group with the zinc metal. So there is a chelation occur between the transition state. So they will provide the similar cyclopropane derivative because here OH is present at the wedge position. So this compound will also provide the cyclopropane at the wedge position. One modification was done by Furukawa. They have used the Simmons-Smith reagent, but instead of zinc copper couple, they have used the dialkyl zinc complex, which reacts with the diiodomethane to give the same species iodomethyl zinc iodide complex, which further reacts with the olefins to give the cyclopropane derivative. Because carbenoid species are electrophilic in nature, so if there is any two double bonds present in single molecule, then the cyclopropane will form at the electron rich alkene. Now coming to the reaction with carbonyl compounds. Dialkyl zinc compounds can react with the acid halides and they can forms the ketone. So how the reaction will goes on? Here the acid halides are reacting with the dialkyl zinc. So zinc is having the partial positive charge, so it will goes to the oxygen which has the negative charge. So we'll get this type of product, which due to the good leaving capability of chloride will convert into ketone species. Because towards the ketone the organozincs are not so much reactive, so these can be isolated easily. Further, when acetaldehyde reacts with the diethyl zinc or dialkyl zinc compound, they provide the 2-degree alcohols. Acetaldehyde is a lower molecule of aldehyde series, so it can react with the dialkyl zinc in few hours. But further higher analogous takes some days or a long period of time to convert it into alcohol product. Here we have taken one more example where the alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde can be treated with the dialkyl zinc complex. Here titanium isopropoxide is used as a catalyst which increases the rate of reaction and provides the alcohol. So what is happening, even though double bond is present, it is not getting affected with the dialkyl zinc complex. On the aldehyde group, this is providing this R group and we will getting the product. Further, in presence of Lewis acid, phenyl zinc iodide can be treated with the chlorobenzaldehyde in presence of beta amino alcohols and it will provide a chiral molecules. It is very good reaction to get different products in asymmetric synthesis. Now coming to the Reformitsky reaction, this reaction uses the alpha haloesters with carbonyl compound in presence of zinc metal to give the beta hydroxy ester. So it is also a reaction where the zinc is used. So here the carbonyl compound can be taken as the aldehyde or ketone. It reacts with the alpha haloesters or alpha bromoesters in presence of zinc catalyst. Further, on the acidic workup, it provides the beta hydroxy ester. So now we will see the mechanism part, how the reaction goes on. When alpha bromoester treated with the zinc metal, so what will happen, zinc will goes to the bromine and it will be due to the oxidative addition we will get this product. And it can convert into the zinc enolate. Here this zinc can transfer from here to this and this will goes to the oxygen. So we will get the zinc enolate species, which further reacts with the carbonyl compound, that is ketone or aldehyde, and it provides the 6-member transition state which is stable due to the proper interaction. Here this is a ketone molecule, this is an enolate molecule, so they will get stabilized with each other and forms this species. Now, on treating this molecule with the acidic hydrolysis, what will happen? This ZnBr will releases with OH molecule. This will be our side product, and we'll get the beta hydroxy ester as a major product. Here we have taken some examples for the Reformitsky reaction. We are treating the benzophenone molecule. It is a carbonyl compound. Ketone group is attached with the 2-phenyl ring. It is treated with the propargylic bromide in presence of zinc and hydrolysis. So what will happen? What will be the product? First, this Zn will goes to the ZnB. It will form the zinc bromide inserted into the carbon and bromine. Then this complex will attack to the carbonyl compounds. So what will happen? This ZnBr will goes to the oxygen and this other part, remaining part, will goes to this carbon. Okay, after this formation, on the hydrolysis, ZnBrOH will release and it will give the tertiary alcohol. So our product will be this, where this propargylic group is attached on this carbonyl carbon and it is converted into alcohol. So from the ketones we can get the 3-degree alcohol. Further, if we are treating any other carbonyl compounds with alpha haloamides, they can also provide the substituted amides. Here we can see, instead of alpha bromoester, we are using the alpha haloamides, and we are getting the products in a similar fashion how the alpha bromoesters reacts with the carbonyl compound in presence of zinc metal. So these are the different application by which we can synthesize the different products. Here we are treating the cyclohexanone with this compound in presence of zinc and hydrolysis. So what is happening? Bond is going to first zinc will insert between the carbon and bromine. It will provide the zinc enolate, and this, due to the polar nature of carbon oxygen bond, this will react. So first we will get oxygen here, and this remaining part CH2C double bond C COET will come here, this part. Because of acidic hydrolysis, ester will hydrolyze into acid part. So we'll get the COOH, and here we'll get the OH part because zinc bromide will release with OH ion. So this OH and acid group, alcohol and acid, will react together and forms the cyclic ester-like species. So here our product will be this cyclic product. So coming to the conclusion, we can form different organic species by the organozinc compound. They provide the selectivity which is required required very much in some cases. Instead of yield, the selectivity is more important, so they are taking place a very good role in asymmetric synthesis. Organozinc compound also provides some cross coupling reaction where the organic zinc halides provides their organic counterparts to the different halides and gives the different organic big molecules which are required for natural products. These cross coupling reaction comes to the Negishi coupling reaction or Fukuyama coupling reaction. So organozinc compound have a wide variety of application in organic synthesis. They are also used to synthesize the biotin like complex molecule. So thank you for this.